It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears on Sunday night.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Chicago Bears. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Bears. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. Escapes the defender. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. T.J. Edwards from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. First carry for DeAndre Swift. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Hurts. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchup matchups they're getting.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the guys to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DJ Moore, 47 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. The drive will start with an option going left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yannick Ngakoue. Just as hard to say his name as he is to block. He's there in on the stop that time. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion. And I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, 47 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, here's Tyler Scott. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that. And got his man complete. Touchdown Bears. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And out now come the Eagles. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
DJ Moore headed back out as the Bears take over on possession.
He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number one.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start. Got their feature guy going. And
he's got a man complete. Now he's into the clear again. Touchdown, Chicago! DJ Moore on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Touchdown! DJ Moore on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. On the return, Boston Scott. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
But first down, Hurts. Quick slant to Brown.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Olamide Zaccheaus in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point.
Yellow, Lonnie, Smith, red, opposite, green.
It's good, and it's now 35-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Complete to Zacchaeus. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. They run out of the gun with Swift to about the 48-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down, here's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll look to throw here on first down. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They go play action with Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
On the option to give to Swift here. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back
back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. DJ Moore headed back out as 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
It doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! DJ Moore, 75 yards. And the Bears have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down up near midfield, spotted at the 48. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Back to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes again. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, an even 90 yards. And the Bears up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And here's Scott to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team.
There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Here we go. Good.
Now a first down throw. Fields. He'll fire deep looking for more. And got his man complete. Touchdown. DJ Moore. 75 yards. And the Bears are able to add on to that lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll